Hi, everyone. At the risk of sounding old, I want to ask you guys a question. What's a TikTok? Hi everyone, we're back with another tutorial in Cubase 10.5. I hope you're doing well, especially considering all that's going on in the world today. I've been making some music during this time that we've been locked down, and the song that I made this week is covering a friend of mine's song. His name is Jamie Slade, awesome songwriter, and this is one of my favorite songs by him. I'll leave a link to his channel below because he's been putting out a ton of stuff during lockdown as well, and I'll put a link to the finished version of this cover on my website also down below, so look out for that. But while I was making this, I wanted the vocals to be thickened on either side. And in order to accomplish that, there's an old trick that's been in use for years, and I'll show you how to do the old way. But Cubase Pro also includes a plugin called Cloner that makes it much faster and much easier. So we're going to look at both of those right now. All right, so we're here in Cubase, and I have my lead vocal. I'll take this off. City jail, electric smoke. And you can hear there's almost a chorus effect on it. Oops. And that's Cloner. Actually, this is the real Cloner. City jail, electric smoke. I went a little more subtle with the final version. And if I bypass it, you can tell it's just one voice. City jail, electric smoke. So the Cloner adds that thickening, but before Cloner existed, the way that we would do this is copy it to multiple tracks. So what I'll do is I'll click on the event, move it down. I would have to do this with the whole vocal track, but we'll just do it. I'll hold Control to keep it in place. That's a trick. You can't move it out of where it originally existed. And I'll hold Alt to copy it. Then I'll do that again. So Alt copies it, Control keeps it in the right place. Alt, Control, Control, Alt. There we go. Now we have 4 versions of this. What we want to do, and what this Cloner plugin does, is it detunes and it delays. And that's all that it does. So what we will do is take these 4 backup tracks, and it also pans. And we'll pan, so we'll do maybe 75, and then we'll do left 75, and then we'll do 50 and 50. How about R50 and left 50? And the old way, one good thing about it is that it allows you to dial in the number of milliseconds you're adding of delay and the number of cents you're pitching something up or down, which you can't do with Cloner because it works on a percentage system and it's a little bit more opaque. You can't really tell what's going on, but it's less work. Okay, so now that we've panned it, we need to add our delays. So let's do maybe 10 and 20 milliseconds. So this one will be 10. And oh, if you didn't know, this will delay or speed up your track by milliseconds. This little thing right here in your track inspector. So if this one's 10, we want this one to be negative 10. Oops. Left 75. Negative 10. Okay. And we'll make this one 15. And we'll make this one negative 15. Or maybe we should make those different because left and right 15. And we'll make this one negative 15. There we go. So now we have a little bit of delay on each track, and it's panned, and we can already hear the differences. City jail, electric smoke. Okay. We could just solo out the vocals also. City jail, electric smoke. And if we just have city jail, electric smoke. It's the one here. City jail, electric smoke. So even that thickens it. But if we use a little tuning trick, we can also sort of make it more thick as well. So what we'll do is we'll bring up the info line, Control I. I don't work with the info lines selected because there's a lot of stuff in there that if you're clicking around, you can screw things up. But you can actually tune stuff right here and fine tune. So we'll tune each of these samples. We'll tune this one up 10 cents. We'll tune this one down negative 10 cents. We'll tune this one up 20 cents. And we'll tune this one down to negative 20 cents. And now we'll listen to the thickened product, and this is the old way of doing things.
City jail, electric smoke.
So as you can see, just by adding a little delay and tuning things with the fine tune here and the clock, we've accomplished this. But the thing is, you're doing that to 4 tracks. You're adding extra audio in your project, and there's more stuff to keep track of. With Cloner, you can do it all from a plugin. So what we're going to do is disable these tracks. And now we just have our lead vocal.
City jail, electric smoke.
Okay.
It's the one you don't see that gets you. Don't bring a knife to a gunfight.
Okay, so we want to add the Cloner plugin, which basically does the exact same thing. And I'll start with a fresh instance. This is what it'll look like when you open Cloner. So Cloner, you can add up to 4 voices, and that's what I did when I did it the old-fashioned way, was 4 voices. But like I said, you can't tell exactly how much delay is going on. So what we'll do is we'll bump both of these up to 100, bump all these up to 100. So this is what 100% detune and 100% delay sounds like, and that might give you a better idea of the amount of delay. Oh, and 100% wet mix, maybe?
City jail, electric smoke. City jail, electric smoke. City jail, electric smoke. City jail, electric smoke. City jail, electric smoke.
So these are the delay controls for the individual voices. These are the global delay controls. So if we bring these down to a more appropriate level, we can maybe have this around 50.
City jail, electric smoke.
Cool. We start to see that's the extent of the tune and detune. Now let's get down to these global controls. You have the natural algorithm and the non-natural algorithm. So let's make this is what the non-natural algorithm sounds like.
City jail, electric smoke. City jail, electric smoke. City jail, electric smoke.
Interesting. And then if static is selected, it'll be an even amount of detuning that'll follow your voice. If humanize is selected, it's actually it's an algorithm that's more humanistic. It's sort of close follows, but it's not exact. So I like to, when I'm doing a thing like this, unclick static to make it humanized.
City jail, electric smoke.
Okay, so what's left is to add all voices and sort of do what we did with those other tracks. Maybe have 50% detune here, -50. Keep these delays 25-75, 33-30, -25-15. Okay, that'll work. And then of course you have a wet, and we'll humanize the delay as well.
City jail, electric smoke.
So I think that we need to take this down and take down our mix just to make it sound.
City jail, electric smoke. City jail, electric smoke.
And we've added a similar effect to actually going through and doing the 4-track method with a plugin, I think a little bit faster. So let's just take a listen to it in context with the song. This is with Cloner selected.
City jail, electric smoke. It's the one you don't see that gets you. Don't bring a knife to a gunfight. Jawbone of an ass. The things I did, the things I said. Now it's time to bleed the lights.
Sounds pretty good to my ears. The one thing that I forgot to mention before I go is spatial here. If you want this to be super wide, you want to put it at 100. If you want it to be more narrow and focused, and that's the one knob I didn't cover. So this has just been a quick tutorial on a plugin that's included in Cubase Pro only, I think, called Cloner. And it'll save you the work of duplicating multiple tracks and adding little delays and tuning and having 4 extra tracks to deal with by putting it all into one plugin. So I hope you found this helpful. If you have, feel free to like or subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace. Take care of yourselves. Be safe. Bye.
Jawbone of an ass. The things I did, the things I said. Now it's time to bleed the light.